Hello guys and gals, welcome to another Roadrunner 94 video. And today we're going to be talking about the topic of concealed carry basics, okay? You know, the kind of hardware slash equipment we now have versus what I used to have available when I first got into concealed carrying my first pistol is dramatically different. And it is different for the better, you know? The pistol is a given obvious when it comes to this topic. So obviously choose a pistol that is the right size for you to conceal, along with it being reliable and durable, but also that choose a pistol that comes with a finish that has a good corrosion resistance. Obviously, you know, make sure that you can actually shoot the pistol. Don't get too small of a gun where you can't hit the broadside of a barn, all right? And just for me personally, proven track record is also highly preferred for me because I just happen to care about track record. And now that we got the obvious out of the way, let's get started with the belt. And this is my next EDC belt, and it's the belt that I've used successfully for the past 2 years, concealed carrying a lot of different pistols. The two things that make this belt a really great belt for concealed carry is the micro adjustment capability and its rigidity. The micro adjustments are really nice for when you may potentially carry different sized guns, or if you're going from inside the waistband carry to outside the waistband carry, or in my case, it's when I usually happen to eat a really big meal. I've tried a lot of different belts. By far, this is my favorite belt. I don't really like the floppy leather belts, and I know that not all leather belts are floppy, but they do get floppy with constant usage in a matter of months. And to give you an idea, I've had this belt for 2 years, and I mean, it's just now kind of starting to bend a little bit, but if it was a leather belt, it'll be down here, you know? So choosing the right belt can make a lot of difference when it comes to concealed carrying, right? Let's see. You know, when choosing your belt, make sure you're getting a belt that is corresponding with the width of your holster clips, okay? Because that can also affect the side-to-side wiggle that you may experience when it comes to carrying your gun, right? And like I said, a good rigid belt can make all the difference sometimes. So it's definitely okay to spend a little bit more money to get a quality belt versus getting a cheaper one and then having to spend more money just to end up right here, okay? Now, besides the pistol itself, this is the second most important item that's either going to make your concealed carry experience relatively painless or an utter pain in your ass, leading you to waste more money than you care to, okay? And that is the holster. I am currently using the Tenacor Velo 5 appendix carry holster that I originally bought for my Glock 19 with my Glock 26. A couple of the things that I really like about this holster are the adjustable metal clips. And I do prefer metal retention clips over the plastic ones because the metal ones, in my opinion, are stronger and they don't slip because of these reverse hooks. Where I have had some plastic holsters in the past literally just come out of my waistband with the gun instead of, you know, freeing my gun from the holster. I also like the fact that it has a built-in wedge that ends up tilting the butt end of the gun more towards my body, and when you couple that feature with the adjustable cam that also torques the grip of the pistol more towards your body, you end up with a holster that essentially allows you to carry even a pistol like the Glock 19 with relative ease. You know, choosing to pay a little less on holsters was a mistake I spent way too much money on. So make sure that you guys are taking the time to do your research on the different holsters that are out there available for you guys. And with most of the details out of the way of what I like about these given items, I'm gonna give you guys a quick demo of two different holsters, okay? So hopefully you'll be able to see why holster selection is so crucial. Enjoy the demo. All right, so I wanted to give a holster demonstration between the Tenacore Velo 5 that I bought for my Glock 19 versus the XO Kydex holster that you can pick up from Amazon. Right off the bat, you can definitely see the difference in the sizes of these two holsters. This one actually has a built-in wedge on the back side of the holster to make sure that the gun is tilted a little more towards your body. And coupled with the cam that it comes with, this is the medium height cam. This allows the grip to torque more towards your belly also. So when I'm concealed carrying my Glock 26 or my 19, you know, it lends the firearms to be super concealable because of these two existing factors. Not to mention, you could adjust the ride height on these metal clips that come with the holster. And I've been wearing this holster for about 2 months now. And usually I start to see rust in metal parts. I have not found a single bit of rust on this holster. Whereas if you could see on this holster right there, there's already surface rust. And this is after I cleaned it up, you know, and I don't wear it anymore because my Tenacore Velo 5 does so much of a better job. But to give you an idea, this is how the Tenacore Velo 5 conceals for me. And as you can tell, the only thing you can really see when it comes to my waist is my belt line. You can't really see the, you know, pistol poking out towards my belly. Can't really tell the grip, right? But whenever I swap to this XO holster, you'll notice a pretty big difference. One, you know, you can already see that it pokes out a little more. And so when I put it on, you know, this is the kind of effect that I'm getting, which makes me not so comfortable and confident when I'm carrying a gun, because that just looks off, you know. It's not that, you know, it's not like people are going to be paying attention whenever they're walking, checking my belly button height out, you know, when they look at me. But this is not as good as the Tenacore Velo 5, and I'll show you that this one actually torques towards your body. You see how much closer it is to my belly, and there you go. None of that poking funny stuff going on my belly button height area. So that's why I say, again, you know, holster selection is so important when you decide that you're gonna carry a pistol like this Glock 26, which is a full width frame like the Glock 19 or the Glock 17. You need to make sure and do diligent research on the kind of holster you will be carrying the gun in. You need to go out there and shop for better belts. Get the rigid kind of belts. Don't get the flimsy belts that are just gonna give out within a month. To be honest with you, this is my next EDC belt, and to be honest with you, I've had this for about, I wanna say 2 years. And it is still as rigid as it can be. It's not brand new rigid, but it's still very rigid compared to all the belts I've used in the past when concealed carrying a pistol. So this is an area that, you know, if you are going to be a person that's going to dedicate themselves to carrying a weapon on a daily basis, this is definitely an area where you need to pay attention to and make some correct choices when it comes to selection of the kind of hardwares you're gonna purchase and use. All right. Well, guys, as you just saw, holsters are definitely not an area where you want to skimp out on. If you stuck around this long, I thank you very much for watching till the end. Guys, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and give that notification bell a ring on your way out. That way you can stay up to date with the latest videos from me. Thanks for watching, guys. Roadrunner out.